Riley with Chronicles of Liberty, in studio tonight with Zach Stewart, candidate for Franklin County Commissioner. And I don't know what district it is.
District 3.
District 3. This year, this upcoming primary, we have 2 spots open as a county commissioners. And so he's going to represent District 3, vacated by Dirk Bowles. And we're excited to have you in studio tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Zach is a retired Air Force pilot and a Utah State Aggie.
Go Aggies.
Yeah. And we're excited to have him here tonight. I want him to address everybody and talk about him, his family, his ideas. But I also want it with the ideas of how liberty affects us as a county commissioner, how you're going to protect our liberties, also how the Constitution might facilitate your decisions and the process of that. So I know you're not here to listen to me anymore, so we're going to turn it over to Zach. Zach, take it away.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Riley. Yeah. Thanks for the invite to be here. Like Riley said, my name's Zach Stewart, and I'm running for County Commissioner in District 3, Franklin County. My wife, Ricky, and I, we live in Weston. We've been back here for about 6 years. My wife grew up here on a dairy farm, and I didn't grow up here. My dad was in the Air Force. I was an Air Force brat growing up. I would always come back here for the summertime and work on the family farm. And so whenever anybody would ask me where I was from, I'd tell them Weston, Idaho. Nobody knew where that was from, but I did. Anyway, my dad retired from the Air Force back in 1998, and I was on my mission when that happened. I came back to Weston and started down at Utah State. So anyway, I graduated from Utah State and went through the ROTC program. And I served in the Air Force for 20 years. I was a pilot. I started off flying the B-1 bomber, and then I switched over to the B-2, the stealth bomber. That was awesome. It was a great career. I moved all over the country, all over the world, and saw a lot of great things. When Ricky and I got ready to retire, we could have moved anywhere in the world, but we decided to come back to Franklin County because we knew what a great place it was, what a great community it was, and we wanted our kids to be part of that and to be around our families. So now I'm wasting my retirement on farming, and anybody that knows anything about farming knows it's a bit of a joke. I love it. It's great. It's a great lifestyle, but it doesn't pay very well. But I have a small cow-calf operation, and we grow some hay and some alfalfa and some wheat, and that's what we're doing now. I've got 4 kids. My 2 oldest are on missions right now. One of them's in New Hampshire. The other one's in Baltimore, Maryland. And then my daughter, she's a junior at Westside High School, and my youngest, my baby boy, is an 8th grader. Right. So that's me. We talked about why do I want to run for county commissioner? I've got a lot going on, but you and I were talking earlier. When I was growing up, my grandpa he had a sign in his house. My grandma and grandpa, their Stewart family motto was honor, duty, service to God, family, and country. And that's what they instilled in their 10 kids, and their kids instilled in their kids. And so in a way, that's kind of my driving mantra too. I want to serve the people of Franklin County. I want to make sure that it continues to be the type of place that my kids want to come back to, that they can raise their kids, both from just a beautiful landscape, from a community, from jobs, from the ability to prosper is what I want them to do. And I want to make sure that I'm in a position to be able to help make decisions to make sure that sort of thing can happen.
Great.
Great. As far as a vision, the things I want to do and what I want to accomplish as a county commissioner, I think a county commissioner does a lot of things, but really what it boils down to is leadership. A county commissioner leads the employees of the county. They lead the citizens of Franklin County towards a goal, and they make sure that the resources are provided to be able to accomplish that everybody knows what that vision or what that goal is, and then kind of helps march towards that. As an Air Force officer, that was my job for 20 years, was to lead people and to establish a goal, make sure that my people had those opportunities to achieve the goal, and then if we don't, reassess, reattack, do it again. So I think my Air Force career really helps me with my leadership and the ability to just step in day one and lead the county. I think I think communication and transparency are going to be really important for that position. I think communication, especially, just goes a long ways. When people feel like they're listened to, like they know what's going on, and that they at least have an idea of why decisions are being made. I think that goes a long ways to them getting on board and either at least understanding if they don't agree with what's happening, or really, maybe starting to see some of the nuances of some of those decisions, and that just makes for that's what democracy is about. Not doing things behind closed doors and secretly, but being as open and transparent as we can. And then, financially, from a fiduciary standpoint, our county's in pretty good shape. We operate under a balanced budget, and the folks that handle that budget, they do a good job. I'd like to continue that. I don't want to. A lot of people look to the government for the solutions to all their problems. I'm the opposite. I think the 10 scariest words are, "We're from the government. We're here to help." Most of the time, they don't help. So I think small government and operating with financial responsibility is the way that Franklin County has operated and needs to continue that way. So there's some of the things that I'm thinking about as I go and run for office, and what I like to bring to that office if I'm elected.
Great. We talked about a lot of things earlier, sitting around and just discussing things. He comes from a strong heritage of the constitutional principles ingrained in their family, and I appreciate that a lot. This life, liberty, and the original intent was property, to protect the property, and we all want to be able to do on our property what we want to do. We don't need the oversight, the restrictions. We don't want the headaches that come with all the increased oversight of governments that get bloated. And so he comes from that. I don't know them personally, but he comes from a couple of his uncles that I've heard great things about. So I'm expecting great things out of Zach as a county commissioner. I'm going to support him for the District 3 position, and I hope you will consider it. And because I think we need strong leadership, we don't need good old boy club behavior. We need transparency. Thank you for saying that, because we do. We need transparency. We need to know that this county is so rich and vibrant with so many opportunities that simple planning can accomplish great things. There's a lot that these guys can do. So thank you for being with us. Anything else you want to leave with?
Yeah, if we have the time, I got a couple more things. Going back to the leadership and establishing a vision, I would really like for our county department heads to establish like a 1, 5, and 10-year plan. I think some of them have it, as I talked to some of the different department heads. I don't know that all of them do. I think having that sort of foresight and planning, as we're going to experience growth, there's just a lot of challenges that are going to come to us. And if we wait until those challenges pop up, we're going to be behind the 8 ball, both from a financial standpoint. I mean, just we're not going to have the money to be able to fix things. Not that money fixes everything, but if we can anticipate some of those problems that are going to pop up and plan for them, when it happens, we say, hey, we know what we're going to do here because we've already been planning. We've been thinking about this. That's from a planning and zoning standpoint. That's from an ambulance department standpoint. That's from a sheriff's department standpoint. I think we're on the cusp in our county of being a bigger county. Yeah. And we've operated as a smaller county for a long time. And that kind of middle ground is going to be tough to operate in if we're not thinking about and not anticipating those problems and trying to come up with a plan. So I think that's going to be really important. I think leadership from the county commissioner position is going to help facilitate a lot of that. That's going to instill a culture that, hey, that's what we do. We plan for the future. We're ready, whatever comes.
It's fantastic. People, you've heard me say it before, we got some crazy things coming towards us, whether it's troublesome or growth or just everything that's happening right now in society. We do need to plan for it. I know we're running on that 10-minute mark. We better close her down. But thank you for listening. Remember, the primaries are May 21st. Get out and vote, people. It's important. Thanks. Signing off. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Riley. Appreciate it. Thank you.